Well, after 3 long weeks, we're back to gaming again. This is Gray Fox 37.
And this is your resident asshole, Art Bay.
Today, we're going to go through the Empire and finish it up. We're going to go to the castle because the Emperor decided to invite us over for peace. And then we're going to do some things and then find a little special thing. I don't want to ruin too much. I mean, people who follow the game get it. Well, I upgraded to the Excalibur, so that's awesome there. Before we begin, let me have a drink of Coke here. The special event that we decided to attend that we hinted about was a drag queen reading over at our local Bookman's, which is basically a used book and game store that's all across Arizona, Flagstaff, Phoenix, Tucson, you name it. And we wanted to go because we wanted to see if there was going to be protests there or drama or anything of that nature just for kicks. Our town really sucks though when it comes to that. Like nobody was there protesting, but I kind of think it was better off, honestly, because nobody was being, violent or anything. It went over smoothly. Unfortunately, my hidden camera didn't really pick up the audio too well and none of the video. But I had to walk around and boy, there was like some juicy stuff that we missed. I did, however, get to record and interview somebody, which I'll upload the video to, of a 19-year-old dude dressed up with a clown wig and a nose, which was so awesome. I gave him a high five and shook his hand and everything.
Oh yeah.
And it was crazy. I asked him a couple questions because honestly, like, the drag queens didn't do anything inappropriate, which was good, and that was one of my overall concerns, because you've seen them, like, twerking, or you've seen, like, you hear about the one in the library that laid back and was laughing and having a good time while the kids were, like, roping them and everything, and, you hear these things and you're like, Jesus Christ, what the hell are they doing? But none of that happened, fortunately, so I was extremely relieved for that. It seems like everybody just had a good time, I guess, basically. And then, none of us, white supremacists here were going to go disrupt it or anything like that. I just wanted to see what was going to happen, honestly. The clown guy was interesting because he was really, really, like, talking out loud to make sure people around him heard him about how a lot of them were predators and things like that, which, some of them are sex offenders. And, I asked him, like, I kind of kept things a little neutral, like, kind of swaying to what he would, like, I kind of provided the anti-arguments to him, like, it is true that you can do or be whatever you want and everything like that within reason and everything, and he said, there's nothing reasonable about this and blah, blah. I kind of got where he was coming from. He kind of had one of those more, like, hardened edges than I normally would. I don't feel this is the sort of thing you would bring a child to, ultimately, but at the same token, I mean, as long as they're not doing it, as long as the drag queens aren't doing anything inappropriate. But when he mentioned indoctrination, I agreed with him on that. Because do you really need a drag queen to read to children? That was kind of like the point there.
Yeah. Plus, I found it a little weird that some of the kids were actually dressed more inappropriately than the drag queen, oddly enough.
Some of the children were forced to wear, like, rainbow ribbons in their hair. The parents were typical, like, I had this all on my, I wish I had this on my hidden cam, but a lot of the parents, were still, like, living in their teen years. They were, like, tatted up, but, big time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with tattoos or piercings if that's your thing, but, these are parents, like, that are just tatted up, tattoos, piercings, like, piercings in their nose. I mean, we even saw, like, 56-year-old women with, like, nose rings.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
I used to think that kind of stuff was only like Ero doujinshis and shit, but nah, apparently it was real and hentai tried to warn me.
It was crazy just to see, like, just, some of these children just looked like they were forced to be there. A lot of their faces, like, I had a picture of a child whose face was really angry, and I sat there and I wanted to just literally say, like, oh, you're not liking it here either.
I noticed a lot of the kids were, like, trying to, like, walk in and out so they wouldn't have to spend too much time in there, because me and Pikachu had to, like, move around, because it looked like there were a lot of kids who just hated being there so much. They just wanted to go around the store and get as far away as they could.
And, you know, I loved how the guy or girl, I mean, I guess it was a guy, artist was a guy who was doing the sign language and everything. What did you say he looked like?
He looked like he was a slightly younger George Takei.
And it just, it was like there was a really cool cop there. We had a great conversation with him. I asked him if he was carrying a Glock 40, and he said, yeah. And we talked about guns. I told him about Battlefield Vegas, shook his hand, told him, be safe out there. The clown kid was actually standing beside the exit way, shaking people's head like, hey, thanks for coming and everything. And one of the little girls actually wanted to honk his nose, and he did that, and I thought that was so funny and cute.
Yeah.
With the irony. I got a selfie with him, too, and I sent it to my mom, and my mom actually thought that it was Pikachu, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't force Pikachu to dress like a meme or anything like that,
A true hero of the meme world.
My mom cracked the joke and said, what did you go as? And I said, I went as a neutral bystander. So, I mean, overall, though, I'm not going to be like one of those mothers, those 500 mommies that you hear about in Washington, like, this is, I'm not going to be some evangelical person being like, this needs to end. But, I mean, honestly, is this moral? Do you think this is moral to be subjugating and exposing your children to things like this? That's what you have to ask yourself. It promotes gender diversity, though, Fox. It promotes, you can be yourself. But these are guys dressing up as chicks. I mean, this is also linked to a fetish, too. I mean, yeah, you can be whatever you want to be, but are you sure that this is something you want to show a kid? A kid who should be going out there playing Transformers or having their parents read
kids should not be exposed to this kind of shit this young, because it's going to give them the wrong idea about sex, gender, and identity. I mean, you don't want kids experimenting with sex at that age. I mean, God, save that shit for when they're later.
And I mean, people think like, it's not going to happen. Bullshit. Kids are very impressionable.
Yeah, I mean, look at that kid who was like pole dancing at like strip clubs in New York, and they're throwing money at him.
Desmond. Yeah, exactly. If you think like, it's not indoctrination, yeah, just look at Desmond. I have a meme out there. My child's 2 years old, but he wants to play dildos and wear lipstick. I have nothing to do with it. That's pretty much what sums it up there. I mean, again, when you get older, when you understand these things more and everything, when you're at the age where you understand what's going on a lot better, that's the time to explain things, discuss things. I mean, again, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to be is fine. When you get older, though, for this sort of thing, this sort of pandering, this sort of fetishization and stuff, take it or leave it. You don't have to be gay or bisexual or anything to lead a good life or anything like that. And if you are, that's great. That's fantastic. That's okay. There's nothing wrong. Hold up. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being gay, lesbian, bi, or anything like that. If you want to dress like a girl, dress like a fucking girl and everything. But the problem, though, is exposing children to this at such a fragile age it's just really unspeakable. I've heard of it unspeakable. And I don't go, it's 2019, blah blah. That's an ad hoc attack. You can't say that to me. I don't care what year it is. I wouldn't even hear people do this in the 90s. It's unacceptable for you to just expose children to this. I'm sorry. But on the plus side, nobody did anything disgusting. There were no fights, fortunately, things like that. I mean, I'm kind of like, darn, nobody went at each other's throats, but then at the same time, it's like it's better that way, and things like that. Because, I mean, I don't mind a little juicy drama. I mean, who doesn't? And one thing that I overheard, there was a gentleman there that was wearing a Mr. Rogers shirt, which you'll see in the video when I upload it. He was wearing a Mr. Rogers shirt that was like, when I was kind of walking by because I was recording him, and I heard him basically stating like, I wasn't gonna like he was all talking tough, like I wasn't gonna, start anything or something like that. And then I heard like the bookman's guy like, well, thank you so much for coming out and supporting this and everything. And it's just like, okay, it's like, I guess, comrades in arms and everything. But here's the shocking part though. The guy who dressed up like a clown was white, and we're white too, but we didn't shoot up the place. We didn't hurt anybody. We weren't shouting Nazi or white supremacist slogans. No, we just came to check it out and see if anybody wanted to talk to us. And one person and others didn't, basically.
You know what scares me about this?
Bring a weapon.
And we didn't bring a weapon, right? Because we've got common sense.
Well, unless you count common sense morality as a weapon, but other than that. But you know what scares me about this drag queen story time and even more into this diversity shit? It almost feels like this is people needing verification or like gratification for their sexual fetishes. Like they have to have people pandering to them, patting them, promoting them, saying what a brave person you are. It's like you're taking your anger out on your childhood because you didn't get enough love back in the day. So by God, I need society to just smother me with love now.
And you know, I've always been saying that. My life sucks. The only way to vindicate my existence is to let everybody know my sexual orientation.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if your sexual orientation is your whole life, then that means sex is your whole life. I mean, I'm a pretty perverted dude myself, but get this, I haven't had sex in like 30 years. I'm okay with that.
Holy cow! I didn't realize I was telling it. I'm not laughing at you, but well, I'm kind of laughing.
But you know, the funny thing is, it's actually kind of better that way. Because I got cousins, they can't go like a day without their girlfriends or mistresses or whatever. I'm like, you got yourself into that mess. I ain't bailing you out, man.
I mean, you know, it's like, oh, well, Earth's an incel. No, Earth's not an incel. He's content.
And you know, even if you do call me an incel, so what? I'm a happy, productive member of society. I'll wear that badge with honor because at least I'm not causing problems.
Calling somebody an incel, Nazi, or white supremacist, or getting kicked out of extreme left Facebook pages or badges of honor, basically.
Yeah. I mean, if words hurt you, if that's all it takes to break you, then how useful are you going to be to everyone? You know?
Yeah, exactly. But again, you know, it's just so funny. Everybody thinks like, oh, we're going to come to disrupt the event or blah blah blah. I was curious. I really wanted to see how these things ran and everything like that. And apparently, I guess everybody just had a good time and whatnot. So whatever.
You know, I hate to admit it, but I myself was kind of hoping something would happen. But I'm also happy that it didn't.
Well, I didn't want anything super bad to happen. Yeah.
But I'm very glad that they did keep it under control and that we didn't have like California.
That was why they had the officer there. And the officer was really awesome.
Oh,
really
he was.
Laid back guy. I could tell that he was like some form of conservative. The way he was talking about the Second Amendment and everything with us, that was awesome.
And I love that talk you had about them moving the police force to 9mm. That was awesome.
Yes, that was an awesome conversation. So you know, hey, I don't want to give out the name or anything, but my hat's off to you, officer. If you ever find this video, you were a cool guy. So we salute you, man, and stay safe out there.
And hey, I got a special gift for all of you. I mean, you're not gonna be able to see it, but my boy Fox is, and I've been kind of waiting for this. There's a lot of really goofy photos of me from back in the day when I was younger. I'm actually managed to find one of my old baby photos. Check it out.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dang. You're sporting that checkered shirt pretty well there.
Yeah, this photo was taken like way back when my grandma's house was still made out of like that old cheap ass wood they used in the 70s, and when they had like the rainbow curtains that were made out of, I don't even know, man, but that shit never goes away. I mean, we're talking like shag carpeting, those seats made out of the stuff they now make the hot pants out of. Yeah, this was so far ago, Jimmy Carter was still getting his ass kicked by rabbits.
Well, let's see. So that's pretty much the big thing that happened today. Jessica and Eve, basically, Blair White's making it her mission to pretty much put Jessica/Jonathan and Eve out of business. And brandishing that taser was hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
That was good. And basically, that Rebel Media dude getting attacked. Boy, that was just awesome tolerance and love right there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, Arizona plays their first football game in about 4 hours for the season against Hawaii, so we'll be watching that. Hopefully Arizona can win. I think that's going to be a pretty bad shootout there. Both teams are like pretty much offensive juggernauts. So.
And you know, she was just trying to beat the evil white patriarchy out of the system with a fistful of love and compassion. Give